Evening J-Pod, it's Mr. Mustapha coming from Athelstan's Kitchen again, and tonight we'll be looking at how Athelstan makes something called puff pastry pizza. Let's have a go. So we're going to need all these ingredients. You can see them laid out there. We've already tried making this before, and it's pretty watery, so we're going to try something a bit different, and that's the puff pastry pizza. Make sure to get your parents' help with the food processor. So we're going to cut up some onion for the sauce first. Doesn't matter how you cut it up, as long as it's not going to destroy your food processor. We're going to put in some minced garlic, just 1 or 2 portions of garlic, and your flavored tin of tomatoes. Make sure you blitz that through so it's a nice sort of smooth puree. Depends on how you like your pizza sauce. If it's chunky, up to you. But the idea is to make it as quickly as possible so that we can cook it down, reduce it, and get rid of all that excess water, since the puff pastry pizza is not going to be really that great at dealing with the water. So make sure to test it and check it every now and again. That looks good. We'll get the pot on, and we're also going to get the oven on. I forgot to record that bit because I wasn't thinking that well. Make sure to put it all the way up to max on heat and just get that sauce cooking. Make sure to use a wooden spatula, otherwise Steve will come to your house and talk to you about interesting road bike facts and show you photos of him wearing lycra. We're going to flavor this when it gets to about halfway reduced. And now, good time to have a look at our ingredients and toppings, give them a bit of a prep, give them a cut, plan out how you want to use them. Here you can see that the sauce is somewhat good, so I'm going to start putting in the oregano and the chili flakes. Feel free to put anything else to flavor your sauce. And the ingredients should be, the portion should be on the bottom for the ingredients. Just do whatever you feel like. This is a good sort of, I want to get rid of stuff. Mistakenly forget to check your camera view and just take a shot of the oven there and not the sauce. I was totally concentrating. So that's what you want, or at least that's what I wanted. Nice thick but not too watery. I seasoned mine with some pepper. You can do that if you want, or use sugar. Up to you really. Now it's time to prep the puff pastry slice. I'm going to just crush that paper lining so that it somehow helps, and magic, yay. Peel your puff pastry pizza gently because yeah, it's weird, and then just apply it on there. Peel the protective plastic that's only on one side for some odd reason, and begin with your sauce really. Spread it all around. Have your ingredients nearby so you can just start laying it down. This is really quick if you get everything sort of prepped. In about an hour you can get at least 1 or 2 pizzas cooked or ready to cook. So it's a pretty quick thing. I've just thrown a bunch of stuff that I had left over from the first try of making this pizza, and even loading it up like this, it still sort of works. You can even take it for lunch to school. It still sort of works out pretty well. I'm using some mozzarella and cherry tomatoes just to break up all that meaty goodness. You can also see some Chinese BBQ pork. Make sure to put it in your oven on whatever pizza cooking implement you have for roughly about 20 minutes, but always check to see how it's doing, as your oven's going to be different to mine. Mine's on maximum temperature, so 230 degrees Celsius, and already after 10 minutes you can sort of see it's very bubbly and sort of browning and whatnot. After a good 15-17 minutes it looks like this. I felt it was pretty good. You can see it's not that watery, it's charred in some places, it's dried up the tomatoes pretty well. You could go even further if you wanted, but I was going to wait until the puff pastry was nice and sort of cooked through, browned a little bit. So it's really great. Good alternative to pizza dough. And just cut it up into whatever slices you want, and ready to eat really. Since it's not a circular pizza, I had difficulty trying to figure out how to cut this, so I just experimented a little bit, and you guys can experiment with the one you guys make. So, Mr. Mustapha, what do you think of this puff pastry pizza, or pizza alternative for the crust? Well, I thought it worked out pretty well this time. You reduced the sauce quite well, so it wasn't too watery in the middle, and the flavors are pretty good. It's a good way to really use up leftover veg, leftover meat. All around a good thing, and also very quick. Back to you.